Looking to save taxpayer dollars, Kansas lawmakers formed the Committee on Government Efficiency, or COGE.
Similar to DOGE, you might have heard of at the federal level. However, in Kansas, you could submit your suggestions to the legislature through a portal. Keith Grant joins us from the newsroom. Keith, you requested those submissions. How many did you receive?
Jacob and Rachel, through our core of the portal submissions, we had access to over 2,000. We received access to submissions from the day it opened in February until April 2nd. A majority shared that they were upset with the legislature. Some want Medicaid expansion, others worry about taxes, and some criticize the creation of COGE. But the ranking minority member, Senator Cindy Holscher, says she didn't see those public submissions until late March and believes the committee chair, Senator Renee Erickson, restricted access on purpose. The committee chair says that portal submissions weren't even going to be used this legislative session.
But all of a sudden it was announced in committee that the portal was out there, it had been launched, and that people could submit their suggestions. A number of us, then through the coming weeks asked to have access.
This session has really been about gathering information, figuring out what the priorities are, taking that input from everyday Kansans.
All right, we should note we spoke with Holscher before she announced her run for governor. Bills that COGE took on this year focused on public assistance programs like SNAP and CanCare. Rachel?
Thank you.